Hello, and welcome to the 34th verse of the Tao. The great Tao overflows. It can go left or right. All things depend on it for life. None can refuse it. Its success seeks no recognition, but clothes and nourishes everything, without aspiring to rule. Eternally freed of desire, it may be called subtle, although all things return to it, and yet it is not our ruler. It may be called great. By not claiming greatness, the sage achieves greatness. Okay. Great Tao overflows. Yeah. I've talked about that before. The Tao is like that eternal essence which flows out of you. It is manifesting simply as a result of the nature of reality. The nature of the universe is to expand. The nature of this life, your life, is simply to grow. And we don't even really know why, I guess. But the great Tao overflows. It's just limitless. It's everywhere. It can go left, or right. So it simply finds a way. Life finds a way. Like a flower growing out of a concrete sidewalk. Like a tree somehow finding its way up through the forest to the light. It just has a way. So this stuff is coming out of you to the left or to the right. It's happening. All things depend on it for life. It's necessary for the mere existence of all things, the Tao, to the left, to the right. All things depend on it for life. None can refuse it. I like that part. Just completely cannot refuse it. It's happening. It's growing. The Tao. None can deny the reality of you exist. You're alive. You have the right to exist merely because you're here. I think that's powerful. Its success seeks no recognition. Its success seeks no recognition. So it simply does without even needing to be recognized. Yeah, that sounds about right. If a tree is growing in the woods, it doesn't need anyone to congratulate it. It doesn't need a medal or a award. It simply exists because that's what it needed to do. But clothes and nourishes everything. Yeah. See, it's alive. It doesn't need anyone to recognize it, but it's providing so much. It's providing clothing and nourishment to all things, like the Tao, the way. It's doing so much, and it doesn't even require anything. Without aspiring to rule. Yeah. It's doing so much, but it isn't trying to subdue, in a way. It's expanding, it's growing. It's like the sun is shining, the trees are growing, the rivers are going. You're alive, and you're not even being subdued or ruled by the way. It's just like, no, you're alive. I'm alive. Here I am. There's no I have to do this. It's like, no, I'm here. Like, the trees are growing. They're not trying to overtake you necessarily. They just grow because they grow. They don't need recognition. They don't need anything from you. Eternally freed of desire. That's cool. That's cool. It's like, you know, the leaves are sprouting and they're just doing it. They're just like, here we are. That's cool. Like, if you could be like that, oh man. It's like you just don't even have desire. You're just like, yeah, I'm alive. This is awesome. I'm just happy to see the sunshine today. That would be a cool, cool person. It may be called subtle. Yeah. To just simply be alive without even needing anything. That is cool. That's pretty subtle. That's subtle coolness. Although all things return to it. Yeah. One way or another, everybody, like, comes back to just, at the end of the day, here I am. No matter how much I win, or how much money I have, it's like, I exist. Really, I pretty much have to be happy where I am without more desire. And yet, it is not our ruler. All things return to it, and yet it is not our ruler. Huh. All things return to it, yet it is not our ruler. Yeah, we come back to it of our own, like, reasoning, I guess. Like, we just have to. But we don't have to, but we still do. That's pretty cool. That's like when you say, like, oh, if you love something, set it free. And then you just, if it comes back, that's cool. It's like, that's kind of what we're doing with the way. We're in love with ourselves. We're in love with the way of things. We don't have to come back to, like, the subtle, eternal way. We just, all things return to it. And yet it doesn't even rule us. It doesn't demand us to come back, but we do come back. That's cool. It may be called great. Yeah, I agree with that. You can call this very existence great. Like, oh my gosh, it's doing everything. It's great. By not claiming greatness, this is big here. The sage achieves greatness. Fuck. It's exhausting. Okay, so it may be called great. So the way, the Tao in itself can be called great. Like, this is great. Life is great. By not claiming greatness, so this Tao that's expelling from me is great. At the same time, I don't necessarily need to claim this greatness. Okay, so I can recognize it, I guess, as being great. But I don't need to go around claiming that I'm great, claiming that it's great. In doing so, the sage, who I'm attempting to become, I suppose, achieves greatness. Huh. Okay. Well then, that was interesting. Verse number 34. Slowly creeping our way up there. Thank you to everybody for checking this video out. Please carry on viewing them. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, peace out.